Have you ever noticed yourself reacting in exactly the same way, even though you promised yourself you wouldn't? Over the years, I've found a simple four-step practice that has completely changed the way I relate to difficult emotions. And what beautiful about this is it doesn't ask us to suppress our emotions, but it teaches us how to transform our relationship with them. Hello and welcome back to Pilgrim of the Path podcast. My name is Thomas from Home of Bliss, and on this channel, we explore mindfulness, compassionate, contemplative wisdom in practical ways that helps us seeing life more clearly and with awareness. Today we're looking at something every one of us experiences, our difficult emotions, and more importantly, how they can become our greatest teachers. So most of us thinks transformation happens when we get rid of our emotions or we start to suppress our emotions, uncomfortable emotions. We distract ourselves. We blame someone else. But none of that actually changes that habit, because the problem isn't that emotions arise, but the problem is that we keep relating to them in an unconscious way. And that is where these four practical steps become so much more transformational. Easy to remember the four REs. So the first one is recognize. To recognize what actions have led up to this specific situation. And it's not about guilt, it's not about shame, it's just about being aware and recognize it for what it is. So you can ask yourself the questions of, did I react out of habit, or did I really consciously think about how I would respond? What patterns caused this situation for myself, but for others as well? And eventually we become tired of the patterns that keep on repeating. We get tired of doing the same thing over and over and over, and it leads nowhere. It leads to the same situation. Nothing has changed. Recognition is the beginning of freedom, a freedom of choice. Second RE is resolve. Once we see clearly, we can start to choose differently. Remember, we have a choice. Resolve isn't about perfection. It's about direction, changing the direction of our paths, creating different outcomes. We interrupt the momentum of old habits. We begin strengthening new ones, planting seeds for new trees to grow, new situations to occur, more beneficial for myself or for others. And every wiser response weakens the old pathway. The third RE, return. Transformation doesn't happen through willpower alone. It is about support. And whenever we lose ourselves, we return. We return to mindfulness. We return to compassion. We return to our practice. We return to the wisdom that guides us on our path. And for Buddhists, this is what they call taking refuge, return to the teachings. Every return waters the seed of wisdom that's already within us. Fourth RE, respond. So insight alone doesn't transform us. It's about practicing. Meditation, prayer, mindfulness, ethical action, reflection, journaling, all those are ways to cultivate or to water those seeds that we have planted. Maybe watering and putting a little bit of compost on the ground to nurture those seeds so they may grow up to bear fruits. So bringing all four of these REs together, that creates huge transformation in your life. That brings wisdom, expanding the capacity of your own wisdom. So ask these questions. Have I recognized what has happened? Have I resolved how I want to respond? Have I returned to what awakens wisdom? What response would strengthen compassion instead of habit? Suddenly, the emotion is no longer the enemy, it becomes the practice. It becomes the reminder of us to become more mindful on how we act in the future. So, for the upcoming week, choose an emotion or see what emotions, strong emotions come up for you. It might be irritation, disappointment, anger. Apply these 4 steps. Recognize, resolve, return, and respond. And see where that leads you. Remember that these 4 R's, REs, are only there to create more clarity and more awareness in your life so that you can cultivate your own wisdom. If this reflection resonated with you, I would love to hear your comments below and let me know which one of these 4 REs stood out for you. And if you would like to explore more of these contemplative teachings, you'll find the links below to my Home of Bliss community, online community, where each week we take these ideas into a meditation, reflection, and practice. Until next time, be kind to yourself, be kind to everybody around you. Namaste.